It's my pleasure today to introduce to you two special guests. We have Officer of the Year 2015, Scott Angulo from Tallahassee Police Department, and his beautiful wife, Elizabeth. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Scott, we'll start with you, of course. You are in rarefied air. You're obviously the one officer in the United States that got this award, Officer of the Year. Tell me what it means to you for such a huge honor.
It is a huge honor, and it's overwhelming, especially after reading the bios for what the other nominees were nominated for, the other finalists. And I mean, this is the most prestigious law enforcement organization in the world, so it's very humbling.
Did you have any idea that you would win an award like this, or were even up for it?
No, not until I got the emails to come here that I was up for it, but I really didn't anticipate winning it.
And how did he break the news to you, Elizabeth?
Oh my goodness. Well, he said basically, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I've been nominated for this huge award. And I'm like, what is it? And I was shocked. I did say something that I shouldn't have said. I misunderstood what it was. I was telling my friends, he's getting Officer of the World. So.
Well, it's pretty close, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe that's next year, Scott. So,
very proud. That's all I'm saying. I was just very proud.
It's a great moment. Let's talk a little bit about how you earned this award. You were off duty.
Yes, sir.
Something was going on in your neighborhood, and you felt compelled to jump into action.
Yes. It was on November 22nd last year. I was about to start getting ready to go to the FSU game, and my son came and said, hey, a couple of police cars just went up the road. So I went to the door and looked up the road and then heard a bunch of gunshots. So I started calling the kids to her, and we took them over into the bathroom. She went with them. I went and grabbed my rifle and my vest and went out to help. During that, I came across Deputy Wolfeckel, who was engaged in the gun battle. He had taken a couple hits, moved him to cover, and then after a couple exchanges of gunfire, I was able to put down the suspect.
This was in your neighborhood?
Yes, sir. Right up the end of the road from my house.
Now,
and we all saw it.
I was going to say, what were you thinking when this was going on?
Well,
Your husband's suiting up.
We were in the bathroom, and we were all crying at different times because it was a very surreal moment.
Yeah.
I had this strange calm I can't explain that came over me whenever speaking to the little ones, and we prayed. And I told them, just right now we need to pray. So I made sure everybody had a rosary. We fumbled through it, but we did. And then I said, stay right here, Mommy will be right back. And there was a time before Scott left that he was getting his badge. And I looked out of the bathroom and I was like, what if this is the last time I ever see him? So I told the little ones, I said, stay here, Mommy's gonna be right back. And I went out in front, and I stood in front of Scott, and I said, I love you, baby. Well, he kind of had this look on his face, and I think every cop who has been involved in high-stress situation, when they get in the mode, they're in the mode. He kind of looked at me like, what are you doing? And he kissed me and said, I love you too, babe, and then he was headed out the door.
He was a man on a mission.
Yes, and it was like, okay, romanticism hits reality smack in the face, so it was like, okay, go back, you have a duty now, Mommy, so get back in there with the kids. So we were in there, but we could hear all of the gunshots going, and so even our little girl, she stood up at one point and said, is my daddy gonna die? Is my daddy gonna die? And it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And our 9-year-old son at the time, he was 9 years old at the time, he was the one who reassured her, because at that time, that was one of the times that I had broken down.
Yeah.
So it was really tough, but I couldn't stay in there anymore, and I had to sneak out, and we saw the guy, and then the little ones, they didn't stay in the bathroom. They ended up following me, and we saw through the bay window the guy coming down.
Was that close?
Oh yeah, it was across the street.
Wow.
Literally, I mean, he was almost to our yard. And we saw him coming down, and so I told them, I was like, get down, get down. But then I saw him as he came around, he got shot, but I couldn't see Scott. So there was a couple of minutes there that I was like, where is he? Where's Scott? So it was
extremely emotional, something you
Yes.
never want to go through again.
Absolutely.
But your training kicked in, as your wife said.
Yes.
You went out the door. That's
Yes.
invaluable, I would assume. You're an officer, you're trained for this.
Yes, sir. At one point, my rifle jammed, and all I could hear in my ears were my trainers yelling, "Fix it, fix it, fix it."
That is amazing. What does it mean to you to be a police officer, to serve and uphold the law, to serve and protect?
It's part of who I am now. My uncle was a police officer. That's what I saw. Growing up, always wanted to be, a police officer like him. And
he was with TPD too.
yes, in the same department. So it's who I am now. I can't see myself doing anything else.
Glad it is. Elizabeth, quickly, what's it like to be married to a hero?
Well, it's very humbling. I'm very proud, but it also is very humbling because he does not take on airs or anything, and he has remained humble. So
He's a great man. It's my pleasure to meet you both.
Thank
and
you.
congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.